I'm hiding outside my work because I just got the call and we officially are having surgery in like 3 weeks. Okay, this is my 4-week post kidney donation update, and there is like a turning point at like 3.5, 4 weeks. Like, you are a different person. So last update, I was not able to stay awake. I was so tired on a cellular level. I was exhausted. Pure exhaustion is what they called it. So I would wake up, I was up for 3 hours, nap for 2 hours, up for 3 hours, nap for 2 hours until it was bedtime, and then I'd sleep through the night. And totally fine. But now I'm able to stay awake the full 8 hours. I'm starting to cognitively think better, kind of get back in the hang of things, planning my Christmas list, doing some shopping, organizing the pantry, kind of going back to work, that kind of stuff. Still need a nap occasionally, trying to listen to my body, stuff like that. So, huge turning point at 4 weeks. So for this quick update, I'm going to answer the dying question, I'm sure. How many vials of blood have I ended up giving during this donation? If you remember in a previous video, I was at 56, and that was right before surgery. That number has gone up. I will answer that. And I'm going to rapid fire the things I miss most from having abdominal strength. So for those that don't know, and I know it could be different, it might just been my surgeon, or it might be the new standard, I don't know. But the way my incisions are is I have 2 incisions right here on my left side, and they're super tiny laparoscopic. They used that to like cut the kidney away from everything else, brought it to the surface, sliced down my belly button, ripped apart my abs, and pulled my kidney out. So I have 0 abdominal strength right now. So here are the top things I miss from having abdominal strength. Number 1, holding my son. My son was a mama's boy. My son is not a mama's boy anymore. Now he's a daddy's boy because I can't hold him. He's moved on. That's number 1 thing I missed. Number 2, sneezing without pain. I have thrown up, coughed, and sneezed since having my abdominals ripped into, and sneezing is by far the most painful for me. I don't know if my sneezes are that drastic or that's just how it is, but sneezing without pain is definitely something I miss. And number 3, stretching. I know, it's weird. I'm not talking like namaste yoga. I'm talking like, when you get up in the morning and you're like, oh, after a good night's sleep. I can't do that because I try and like my feet want to stretch, but it like flexes your abdominal wall and you're like, oh, I don't have that. And it hurts extremely bad when I try to pretend I have that. So that hurts extremely bad. Number 4, probably the last one, this one's weird, is wearing what I want. I have to weirdly think about how to get dressed because I have this huge brace on still. I have a cut incision, so I can't wear high-waisted stuff, which all my stuff's high-waisted, so I can't wear that. I have to wear oversized stuff because I have like these weird curves right here where my brace connects, and it's more thinking than my brain will currently allow. So that has been stressful, and I think that's it. I haven't missed working out yet. I'm sure I will eventually, and maybe I have on some level, but I've been so tired that I'm like, I'm good. I can't even imagine working out right now, so I'm good. And so yeah, turning point at 4 weeks. So 2 questions I get asked the most. That's a lie. I get asked a lot of questions. I'm just always on narcotics, I don't remember them. But I do get asked this question a lot. Which one's harder, C-section or kidney donation? Everyone's different. This is just my personal experiences. C-section. The exhaustion after having a baby exhaustion versus like after having kidney donation, the exhaustion on kidney donation's been harder. But pain-wise, C-section. I don't know if it's because like it's lower and you can't wear a brace as easily. I don't know, or maybe my C-sections just hurt, but C-section. And then the second question, which I know you're all wondering, how many vials of blood have I given? Now, 2 things to note. 1, I originally started at a different facility when signing up to donate my kidney. So they ran blood tests there, and then I went to Intermountain and they ran some different blood tests. Not all of them were repeated, but some of them were. So that is why my blood draws might be higher than other people's. Second thing, I was asked to participate in a blood study, I guess. I have a really rare blood type, so it's A negative. It's not like the rarest, but negative's pretty rare. So I was asked to participate and give additional vials for their study, and it's not like I have to like go in any additional. It's just like, hey, if we're gonna poke you anyways, do you care if we get to grab a couple more vials? So those are two factors of why I've donated a little bit more blood. Okay, so here it is. The total number of vials I have given for donating my kidney is 74. Since when did I get my first one? I don't know. I'll have to go back on these videos and look. 74 vials. Definitely in all within a year. Probably all within like 8 months. Yes, and I'm a lightweight. Like, I'm not a big child. Like, that's a lot of blood for me. But anyways, if you are contemplating donating your kidney, I'm going to tell you this. I know everybody's different, but it has not been nearly as painful as I thought it was going to be. It has been one of the best experiences of my life. One of the really, like, the coolest thing I got told, and it makes me emotional, so I hope I can get through this. So my surgery was delayed, and while it was delayed, I was up there by myself in the room, like, or in the surgery, on the surgery floor. I was waiting for a room. Nobody was around. I was by myself for like an hour, and I was just like alone with my thoughts for an hour. And I was like, what the hell am I doing? Can you say hell on YouTube? Anyways, I was like, what am I doing? Oh my gosh. Like, I started having the panic, like, nerves. And the doctor, the surgeon, came and he said, you know, I'm your surgeon, blah, blah, blah. He like marked my kidney on my stomach, and he, like, both sides they were taking. And he said, are you a mom? And I said, yes. And he said, how many children do you have? And I said, 2. And he said, now you have given life to 3 people. And it was one of the most, like, emotional, like, you're right. Like, I can't back out on this. And it was like a quick second of like, oh my gosh, I'm getting nervous, kind of back out, but I knew I wouldn't. And a lot of people have said, you've technically saved 2 lives, because my direct kidney went to somebody, and because I donated on behalf of somebody, they moved to the top of the donor list. So 100 times over, I would do this, even with all the naps I've had to take. So if you are seriously contemplating it, look it up in your area. See if you have a transplant center near you, or, leave me a comment below if you have any questions, or just, I don't know, seriously consider it, because it has been one of the coolest experiences of my life. And if you can save a life, for 4 weeks of like up and down, I'm tired, I'm a little bit in pain, like stuff like that, I think it's worth it.